top of the morning to ya. I'm Liam the Leprechaun, and I've got a wee secret to share. ZJZDesigns.com has just unveiled their brand new St. Patrick's Day apparel. Featuring yours truly, of course. From cheeky tees to lucky prints, these designs are brimming with charm and plenty of gold. Whether you're heading to a parade or just feeling the Irish spirit, you look grand in these threads. So what are you waiting for? Skip the rainbow and head straight to ZJZDesigns.com. You'll find the pot of gold in your cart. No magic required. ZJZDesigns.com, where style is always in season.
What's up, Everplayers? The sun is finally coming out, and you know what that means. It's time to get off the couch and back on the field for the spring 2026 season.
We have a massive lineup this spring, but the clock is ticking. Registration for all spring leagues ends February 18th. Let's break down your week, starting with Monday night.
On Mondays, we're coming in hot with indoor volleyball at Tri-City, softball at TS Martin Park, turf soccer at Recreation Athletics, and pickleball at the KC Pickleball Complex.
For Tuesdays, you can catch us playing Super Rec kickball at Spires, sand volleyball at Pollywogs, more indoor volleyball at Tri-City, or bowling at Lucky Strike in Casey.
Midweek is huge. On Wednesdays, we've got kickball at Spires, hardball, softball at Pacific Park, cornhole at Jay's Corner, and soccer at B Avenue and Bray Park.
On Thursdays, we keep it rolling with kickball at Spires and sand volleyball at Pollywogs. Then we wrap up the week on Sundays with softball at TS Martin Park.
Now, if your early spring is already full, don't sweat it. Our late spring leagues are also open for registration right now.
That's right. The deadline for these is March 16th. We've got co-ed flag football at B Avenue on Wednesdays and sand volleyball at Pollywogs on Sundays.
We also have 5 special one-day events for those who want some extra play or can't commit to a full season.
Mark your calendars for these dates. February 9th, turf soccer mix and match at Recreation Athletics. February 12th, Valentine's Day kickball mix and match at Spires.
Then we have February 16th, basketball pickup at Drew's Wellness Center. February 17th, indoor volleyball mix and match at Tri-City. March 26th, legendary 11th Masters of Putt-Putt at Frankie's Fun Park.
Whether you're playing for the trophy or just for the social hour at the bar afterward, there is a spot for you at Everplay.
So head over to everplaysocial.com to get your team registered before those deadlines hit. We'll see you on the field.
The All About Nothing podcast may have language and content
that isn't appropriate for some.
Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, Nothingers, to the All About Nothing podcast. I am Barrett Gruber. This is episode 293. I'm joined by Zac King. Hello, Zac.
Hello, Barrett. We kept laughing about the false snow days we were having, and then we finally had one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it was fairly significant in much of the Southeast. I would say here in Columbia, where they told us we were expecting anywhere between 3 and 5 and 8 inches, that didn't really pan out. I mean, I don't know how much snow you got in your neck of the woods, but
about 3 or 4.
Yeah, over here, maybe 2 inches, but really on the roads, it was mostly just like a dusting. So,
and you went and lied face down in the snow to be able to tell how deep it was, right?
Yeah, my nose. My nose or my penis. Please subscribe and share the show. That's how we get new listeners. Also, please consider supporting the show financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member and proudly calling yourself a true nothinger. We'll have more details on that at the end of the show. If you can't do that, please give us a 5-star review, a like, and follow us across social media. You can find links at theallaboutnothing.com. The Olympics have started in Milan.
We've been watching the figure skating.
Have you? Mm-hmm. I was watching the freestyle downhill skiing. I enjoy that because I think that always looks like a lot of fun and something I would never ever try.
That we've watched the ice skating, the what do they call it? Pairs? I don't know. What do you call it? Duos? I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. Pairs figure skating or something. Yeah,
right. That and curling.
Curling for me is one of those unsung necessities. Like, it is absolutely one of the ones that I enjoy 100% the most.
I don't know. I don't know why it's so enjoyable, but it is.
Yeah. I feel like curling's one of those things that I could do. I saw a video. Did one of the Canadians blow out their ankle or something?
They were playing on the lane next to the Americans and Koreans.
Okay.
So I kept going like, well, they're going to be the best at curling. I want to see them. But I just watched the Americans and the Koreans play. far.
Okay. I don't know if it was a fake or not. It may have been.
I wanted to ask you because maybe you know. I feel like when they scrub the ice, that makes it rougher to slow it down, right? Is that what it's doing?
I think part of it's to slow it down, but I also, I don't know, because I feel like sometimes when I watch it, like it feels like they're trying to direct the stone in a specific direction. Like I don't know. Maybe there's two sides to the broom or whatever that they're using. Like one is to smooth it out,
or if they pull one way.
Yeah,
it's a good question.
It's an interesting sport, and I think that it takes a lot of talent to do it. And again, like I said, it's one of those ones that comes up as being more popular, or it's the one that people mention a lot as to what it is that they watch when they watch the Olympics. So I don't know. I know I like the half pipe freestyle snowboarding. That's fun. But I'll be honest, I probably won't watch as much as I think that I would like to watch of the Olympics. My utter disappointment comes with the fact that during the Olympics, late night television is off the air. Well, I guess Seth Meyers is off the air. Says
he's NBC
Olympics, running 24 hours a day. So
the brush is for making it faster.
Okay, so it smooths it out.
Sweep the ice in front of the moving stone to reduce friction, allowing it to travel further and in a straighter line.
Okay.
I thought maybe it was to slow it down when it starts getting close to like the rings you want to get in, like the blue one and then the green one. I thought they were slowing it down. It's funny when they put too much heat on it, and its whole intention is to knock the shit out of everybody else's stones.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still on that. It's just really good.
No, I like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy curling. I wish that there was somewhere here in town that I could go and try it out. But I'm going to be honest with you. I say that I don't want to do it. I'd rather watch it on television.
Mondays at the Plex curling.
Could you imagine? And you know what? And you know that they absolutely need somebody to be out there. We could go out there and commentate the Plex curling at the Plex.
Yeah.
That would be entertaining.
So we would have to go curling. I want to go curling so bad.
Yeah, now I kind of do want to go curling.
And then you see the person at the
skates.
end. No, they're like shoes with these white, like, I don't know, probably the opposite of bowling shoes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like when they're at the very end of it,
shoes.
holding up the yellow, they're at the end holding up the yellow part of the brush so that they can like sight it in a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? And we make fun of it, but I bet that there is a lot of science that goes into it. Like,
oh, dude,
to be a professional curler in the Olympics, I have to suspect that they are doing a lot of training and like physics. Like you gotta, I don't know. I imagine that it is a lot more than I'm, making it sound to be. But
had to be the most bored motherfuckers on earth to sit back and be
that's
like,
right.
I can get that over there.
100%. Yeah, totally agree. I wanted to. I did want to ask. So we're see. Well, actually, before we even move on to the Epstein files, I wanted to ask you, and we haven't released it yet. And actually, when this comes out, we probably won't have released it yet. How much did you enjoy the dyeing of my beard?
A lot. The fact that it's not blue now is
it's still got a little hint of blue in it.
I should have left the dye there to be like, Barrett, if that comes out, you're just gonna have to lather that up every morning.
So yeah, as much as you enjoyed it, which was the big takeaway. I was not aware, when you told me I could rinse it out, that I had to use cold water, and which I did. But I was not aware that I could not take my subsequent showers with cold water, or I had to take them with cold water, because I definitely took my regular scalding hot showers.
Yeah,
I washed my hair, I washed my beard, but up until probably yesterday, I could still smell the blue dye. Like I could absolutely smell the blue dye. So
as long as you're not smelling the bleach whatever that smell is called.
That was awful. The bleach smell was horrible. Very uncomfortable. Before Thanksgiving, I had some fairly decent issues with like breathing, and I thought about it afterwards. I was like, is this bleach, me breathing in this bleach, going to have that same effect? Because ultimately,
now you just have a problem with like remembering things.
Sure.
It just burned it out of your brain.
Steven's here this week with us. Zach's here with us. Sorry.
Josh.
Didn't know what that's what Carrie called you over and over. Yeah. She was like, yeah, that multiple times her messing up your name was pretty hysterical. And if she was doing it on purpose, it was great. The fact that she wasn't doing it on purpose made it a million times better. Made it so much
definitely
funnier.
Not on purpose.
See, I keep looking
geriatric.
I keep looking in the monitor and I see my hair moving over my ears. Thankfully, though, I did get to trim the beard down, so that is no longer, hampering my ability to, go out in public. It was so long. Like I could take my fingers and curl it underneath my fingers and actually get like almost a full 2 wraps around my fingers.
Well, if we ever have to share the hotel room again, I'll just bring the blue dye, and when you're asleep, I'll just put it in your beard, and you'll like rustle around in the middle of the night and wake up with like just blue everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Those the people that clean those rooms are gonna love you.
I'll buy a set of sheets just to replace the ones.
I move around a lot when I sleep.
But the fact is like you would have blue just like semi-permanently in your skin.
Probably so. So. I gotta imagine there's a way to get that off. I mean, it came off. It came off in between the hairs, like it was in my skin, like on my skin.
Yeah. So if you like shaved your face, you would have been like screwed because it just would have been blue under there.
Yeah, definitely. I am almost certain. So
yeah. As much as I'm laughing now doing it, I was laughing 10 times more. God, that was funny.
Well, the video and the episode will release. I'm guessing probably in the next week or so. So everyone will get to enjoy that. I did do a little sneak preview on the Kinda Daily Show with Bill on Monday last week. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it because it was you were singing to me. You spelled Carolina to me. So
all of the things.
So Donald Trump, of course, it is February, which means that here in the United States, we are recognizing Black History Month. And I think what is a clear sign of the fact that Donald Trump is continuing to lose massive amounts of brain cells in his frontal lobe, posted a video of what the White House and Trump claimed to have been him as or sort of a trope on The Lion King, where a number of other people, mostly Democrats and liberals and pundits and things like that, were, I guess, animals of the jungle. And to me, I didn't know about it, but he posted at like 11:30 or something like that. And this meme was up on his Truth Social. And almost immediately, like the next morning when I turned on the news, they were talking about the fact that in this video, towards the end, you see former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as apes or chimpanzees or monkeys or something like that. And the outrage that came about was surprising. I did not expect to see Tim Scott fall out of line with the president. I mean, he claimed this was the most racist thing that he had seen come out of the White House, I guess, forever.
Yeah, Tim, is that your line? Damn. Did we find it?
Exactly.
God.
Pamela Abbott, who is running for governor here in South Carolina, who has, I don't know if she's gotten the endorsement of President Trump, but I think that she is at least trying really hard for it. She comes out and says,
I made a point to go berate her on Twitter, and I did.
Did you? Did you? She's easy to do. I didn't know she even spoke. I didn't know that she had any sort of, voice whatsoever. I knew that the reason that McMaster's picked her was, one, because he had to pick a woman, and two, because she easily just falls in line. Like, I don't think she's ever stood up for anything or against anything. I think that she's pretty much
Trump
just
first and then South Carolina.
Yeah, she's a trad Republican. I think is a trad MAGA. Maybe that's, you know what? Coin that.
Fucking loser. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so she comes out and says that clearly it was a mistake.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome. That's
what set me off, dude.
Yeah. Do I have Trump derangement syndrome? Like,
no, we operate in reality. She has the type of derangement.
I just want to make sure, because I see the comments that people leave like on our social media and whatnot, and people do claim that I have Trump derangement syndrome, which that's odd. Trump does not live rent free in my head. I don't think that I don't. If I can usually go hours and hours. Like I could if there were no news about Donald Trump, I could potentially go a good day until somebody brings something up that would potentially like bring me back in.
You remember those 4 years before these 4 that we didn't even have to hear from that motherfucker? It was great. We didn't have to talk about him. We didn't have to talk about him. We didn't.
That's true. There were probably days, if not weeks, that we didn't hear from him, and that was I think we actually probably did episodes where we didn't discuss Trump, at least partially in that 4 years. I gotta suspect we didn't.
I know we didn't. We didn't have to. We didn't have to talk about his ass, dude, and that was fantastic.
I guess the reaction to some of from individuals that don't normally have anything negative to say about Donald Trump, I'm a little surprised by. Tim Scott being the senator from South Carolina and being one of 2 black men in the Senate, his reaction to it, I was not expecting. I fully believed that if Tim Scott was going to have a reaction to it, that he probably would have just gone right along with it or not said anything. But even like people that I know that are ultra conservative or ultra conservative MAGA or just flat out MAGA, like their reaction to it was a surprise because they were extremely disappointed in Donald Trump for posting it. And none of them believes that some staffer posted it. None of them believes that there was some mistake or that Donald Trump just clearly didn't watch the video all the way through. This video stayed up for nearly 12 hours. And there's absolutely no way that he didn't see it. What I read this morning was that he still will not, that he has made it very clear he is not apologizing for the video. That him posting it, he is not going to apologize for.
What else is new?
I think that there is serious, valid concern that he is legitimately, and I believe it, I believe that his time is coming to a close, that he is sundowning, that his brain is going to eventually stop communicating with his organs, and he's just going to fall asleep in bed and not wake up. Because he's not healthy.
Up at 10:30 at night posting to Truth Social, which there's no links to post to Truth Social, so he's having to like copy like URLs.
For sure.
Which I'm surprised he knows how to do. I'll tell you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that it's other people are posting these things, and then he sees them because he's tagged in them, and then he just retruths them or whatever.
Yeah,
like they've made it very easy for him.
Yeah, and he probably laughed. He's like, "That's funny. Look at that. There are two monkeys in the jungle. Oh, it's on my back." The person that's losing their shit the most right now, and I am loving every minute of it, is fucking Lindsey Graham.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. So he's walking in like the House chambers or whatever, and someone's like, "Lindsey, why don't you just admit you're gay?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, doesn't say a word, just huffing his ass on.
Yep.
Then he's on Fox, I think it is.
Yeah, Fox News. Yeah.
Ranting how he's going to sue. Who's he suing? I can't even remember now.
No, he wants to sue the Department of Justice for the fact that they
took his phone records.
They have his phone records, which, nothing screams guilty of something so vehemently.
They're going to find out he's been sending pictures of his ladybugs to everybody.
Right. Yeah, whatever. His ladybugs. But plastered drunk when he was on Fox News. Just
then came back
like
hammered.
Rolling. Yeah. Yeah. Like this is so I watch Bill Maher every week, and after Bill Maher's show they do overtime. Well, this week one of his guests on the table was Chris Christie. And the woman that was on the show with him, I think she was one of the ministers of finance for Canada, or she was a former minister of finance. And she turned to Chris Christie during overtime and she asked him, she said, "Listen," she said, "what do Republicans say to you, Chris Christie, who is still a Republican, former governor of New Jersey?" And she asked him, she said, what do Republicans say to you? And he said, "This is what happens." He said, "I'll see them in the ABC green room," because that's where Chris Christie's he's a contributor on ABC. And he says, "I'll see them in the green room and they'll say, 'You are so brave. The things you're saying, it's incredibly brave.' But then they go out on ABC and they'll say that Trump is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. And then afterwards they'll, come in and say the same thing. And like, I have to do that. That's, I have to do it or Trump's gonna, I'm gonna feel the wrath of Trump." Well, then, so Bill Maher goes, "Specifically, who are you talking about, Chris?" Thinking that Chris wasn't going to say it. He says, "Well, your show's not long enough for me to tell you, all of them, but I'll give you one." He takes a sip from his cup and he says, "Lindsey Graham." So what he is basically, basically what he's saying is that Lindsey Graham knows that Donald Trump is a complete nut, is losing physically, is losing his mind, and that Lindsey Graham still goes out there and carries water for this president, despite the fact that he's got to know it's going to end his career. It's gonna make him, he's gonna have to live as a hermit in the woods of Clemson for the rest of his life, because he couldn't just man up and say, one, Donald Trump's insane. I do not support this president. He is not good for the country. And two, I'm a flaming homosexual. I like men. Like those two things would potentially redeem him for the rest of his potential career. I don't want to see him win.
No, but you know how much easier your life would be, Lindsey, if you just fucking said you're gay, and the support you would have from people being like, yeah, and you're working for a regime that if they had the chance, advisors like Stephen Miller and stuff would abolish gay rights if they could. If it was an instant thing for them to be able to do, they would do it. So why would you work for them, one? And then two, if you just came out and said it, you would have so many people that have your back. I don't know, man. And then he was in the Oval Office with a red hat in his hand. And he's like, Democrats, I heard they have good ideas. They have to, right? But just going fucking bananas. Not to mention him being on Air Force One, being like, Cuba's next. Cuba. Who lets Lindsey in? I feel like there's a line to get places and he just weasels his way in to show up and be there.
Yeah. I suspect the same thing. Lindsey Graham is kind of hovering around the front door, just kind of waiting for somebody to let him in, because there's no way he's getting in on his own.
No. And Trump will turn around and Lindsey will just be there and he's like, I'm just scared for a second.
Could you imagine Lindsey Graham like just kind of hiding in the shadows and jumping out as soon as the opportunity presented itself? Yeah,
smells like
100%.
Smells like gin and baby oil.
This week, Trump also said that he was too busy to look into the Epstein files, that he has too much on his plate. But we now know he is suing the Department of Justice for $10 billion because of
I'm suing
the
you,
investigations.
Pam.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's going to be the people that get to make the decision on whether or not they pay him or they settle for some certain amount are going to be the people that are in charge of the Department of Justice. So that means that ultimately the guy that is his own personal lawyer is going to decide whether or not Donald Trump gets access to this money. He said that he is too busy to look into the Epstein files, and then we find out that he ordered Pam Bondi, the FBI, and Department of National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard into Atlanta to Fulton County to go and pull all of the election result, all of the ballots from the 2020 election, because he's so busy that he continues to just go down this rabbit hole of this election loss. I don't get it.
No.
I don't understand.
You want to know? Here's a little informational fact for you about the Epstein files. Trump has been named in the Epstein files 38,000 times. Harry Potter, in all of his books, the titular character of the books has only been named 19,000 times.
For me,
know what else to fucking say about that? I also saw another thing. God, I hope I saved it. I'll share it. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, and I'll share it to you. And if you can play it, please do.
Yeah. So
because it sums it up so well.
So Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to be going before the Congressional Oversight Committee. I guess it's the House Oversight Committee. Both Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton stated that they wanted this to be a public forum, that they wanted it to be aired out for everyone to see, because as far as either they're calling the bluff on Speaker Mike Johnson and whoever it is that, I guess it's Jim Jordan, either calling their bluff and not wanting to or don't want it to be aired, or they actually legitimately have nothing to hide and they do want it to be aired.
I think at this point, you just, at least for Hillary, you have nothing to hide. And if there is something you don't want to get out per se, I'm sure she's on like fucking Bill's going to have to take one for the team. You know what I mean? Like if you get out there and they're like, what Bill's in it? She's probably like, I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah. Well, potentially, but I with the release of the Epstein files and all of that information, I don't know how many times Bill Clinton is mentioned. I want to say they said his name is mentioned a lot, but there have not been a lot of, I guess, allegations of his potential wrongdoing. There's no emails between Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein that I have seen, or that I've heard reported on, or that I've seen like in the MAGA TikTok.
Well, we got to search Gmail.
Yeah, that was pretty cool little thing somebody put together. So essentially, every time documents are being released, there's at least an individual or a group of people that are taking all that information and putting it into what is a very easily readable and searchable sort of Gmail looking thing called Jmail. So it's like Jeffrey Epstein's
has like
mail,
spam mail in it.
Yeah. That it has, and I don't want to jump onto the next subject too quickly because it's extremely interesting to me. But
I sent you that thing, so if you get a second I texted it to you if that's easier for you.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah, let me see if I can pull that up.
It's a very good analogy.
All right. Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up. But so so back to the Clintons. So I'm hoping that the fact that I have not seen a whole lot come out specifically about them, that the likelihood is that while Bill Clinton did have a obvious relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, I'm hoping that he didn't do anything wrong. Now, if he did, and the information comes out, or he admits it, open an investigation and prosecute him. That would be my hope. Because
you think
ultimately,
Bill Gates did anything wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was with children, but it might be. Again, I don't know. We don't have the information. It's not. They have redacted so much stuff. They have redacted emails that were from someone to Jeffrey Epstein, where what was said was something like, "Oh, I really liked that. I really liked the youngest one you provided," or I really liked the girl. She was naughty. But they redacted the name of the person that sent that email. Why? Why would you redact that? That's not protecting the victims. That's protecting clearly someone who participated in something and is admitting it through. Also, why are they sending emails? I
don't know.
I have to know. They're basically admitting their wrongdoing through emails. Who does that? There's a paper trail.
Not even secure emails. It's fucking Gmail and Yahoo.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing.
With a disclaimer at the bottom.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can pull this up and then play it.
If someone was accused of having sex with goats by over 30 different people and regularly denied it, but also dropped very public hints about how much he liked to have sex with goats for decades, and ran a goat pageant to find the best looking goats, and was best friends with someone who got convicted of fucking goats and trafficking goats to friends all over the world, who also liked to fuck goats. And his name was in the classified Goat Fucker Chronicles 5,000 times. And he wished other goat fuckers well in prison. What do you think the odds are that person is also a goat fucker?
I gotta say, I don't think that's wrong.
The logic is there.
The logic completely makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, so that gets a little bit into one of the things that I have had a request for us to discuss, and I have tried to find a psychologist or a therapist of some sort that would come on the show and discuss it. But the amount of projection that the Epstein files are showing us from MAGA, QAnon, the Republican Party, is just unbelievable. When Hillary Clinton was running for president, one of the things that they claimed, the MAGA Republican Party, was that she was part of a cabal that was running a child sex trafficking ring out of the basement of a pizza restaurant somewhere like New York, New Jersey, something like that. And that they were not only trafficking children, but that they were also killing children and eating them. And there are photographs in the Epstein files. Well, so for one, we know that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking children for sex. Children, I don't know what the low end number was, but we know that the high end number was at least 17, as far as still ranking them as children. But then there was a photograph that somebody came across, and I don't think it was AI. I didn't see it in the files, but there was a photograph of what was 2 chickens
with a middle one being like
cooked.
a foot.
Yeah, it looked like a human leg with a foot. And is it? And then I think I saw a video where a child was talking about their father, who I got the impression that the father that he was talking, his father, he was talking about how his father they eat babies. And it's like,
is that the one?
What the crap?
Where his father was in charge of like going and getting the people?
Yeah, I think so.
Because and then he said he went into this room and started having sex with this girl. And apparently they were both trafficked or something. They come in and shoot the girl.
Yes. Yeah.
And say that if someone's about to come in, if you don't do what they say, we're going to come in and kill you too. And that person was Donald Trump.
Right.
And then at some point, the kid was like, they're going to kill me too anyway.
They're going to kill me anyway.
So he stuck a condom on like a wooden leg
Stake.
of a chair. Stake of some sort.
Like that.
And stuck it in Trump's ass and then kicked it. Which, tell me if that doesn't answer why he shits all over the place.
If that is a true story,
if that
is a true story, they also said that Trump had to be airlifted to a hospital.
Yeah. And
because it damaged him internally.
And apparently there's an email in the Epstein files from Ghislaine Maxwell to Epstein where she say, your boy Trump's on the way to the island. And he's like, go get adult diapers, go get a bunch of them, because last time I was here, we didn't have enough, and he shit everywhere. Tell me that story just doesn't perfectly just meet with him shitting his pants all the time.
It absolutely rings true with virtually everything that's going on with him now. I mean, you have Donald Trump so he doesn't stand in front of the podium unless it's like a speech. Like if he's at a rally or something like that, then he'll stand in front of the podium. And sometimes he'll talk for like 2 hours. I think he was at the Kennedy Center or something like that a couple weeks ago, where he went up there and basically just, I guess, stroked himself for, how great he is. And then after that, he had a Oval Office press conference where the press comes in and he sits behind the table and they don't do anything but I don't know. I want to say they were talking about the Trump RX prescription thing that's supposed to be coming out or whatever. But
that is reduces the price by 600%. So they're going to pay.
Yeah. They're going to pay us to take medication. But he was saying something and he shit himself in front of all of these people, and it was audible.
And the woman next to him could hear it because she instantly was like,
"Oh yeah." She reacted, and Dr. Oz reacted, and all of these people, they stand behind him while he's shitting himself. That's that. And okay, so honest answer to a question: is that enough to potentially forget all of the awful things he does? Forget that he basically turned immigration and customs enforcement into a Gestapo, a private police force. Forget that he's a raging racist. Forget that he's a misogynist. Forget that he's been found guilty of 34 felonies for business fraud. That he has sexually assaulted women. That he has acknowledged and basically admitted to sexually assaulting women. Forget all of those things. Is him shitting himself at the Resolute desk in the Oval Office in front of cameras, is that enough to invoke the 25th Amendment or enough to impeach him?
Barrett, I think Donald Trump deserves the exact same due process that ICE gives everybody that they arrest.
All right. So we impeach him and then we hold a trial in the Senate. All right.
Expressly.
All right.
Yeah. We just go ahead and everything happens as you want it to. There's no rule of law anymore.
Yeah.
You can execute people in the streets because they're brown. You can execute people in the streets because they're protecting innocent people.
Yeah.
Well, because you're impeding traffic that they caused, you can arrest them and drag them out of the car. It's, fuck, he deserves to have the same due process that is provided to everyday citizens at the moment.
Right. I saw that they are pulling 700 ICE agents out of Minneapolis, out of Minnesota. But then
So
it
what, there'll be
sounds like
2,300 left?
Yeah, I think like 1,200, 1,300, something like that.
When there's 3,000?
Yeah. I think they got up to like 2,000. Like they were going to have a surge, but I want to say 2,000 was about. One of the things that Holman complained about was the fact that local law enforcement wouldn't work with them. Yeah, because you've come in as some sort of a top tier law enforcement, and the whole intent of law enforcement at the sheriff's departments to the city police, that sort of thing, like it's on their badges, it's on their cars, it's printed on their shirts, is to protect and serve. Like that is ultimately what the police officers or even peace officers or whatever we're calling them, that's the intent, is they're there to protect and serve. And part of protecting is recognizing that there is a secret police force that is masked, that is armed, that is roaming the streets, not with any sort of set specific procedures, but they're going through the streets and on a whim can make an example out of somebody.
Well, Barrett, those police officers live in that city,
right? They know the people that they serve and protect. Like
that's
their
a good
kids
way to look
go
at it. The other side of it is police officer Tommy is known by the community, so if he fucking shoots somebody in broad daylight, everyone knows where to go find him.
Yeah. Both Renee Good and Alex Preedy's deaths were ruled homicides by the coroner. So there should be the potential that there would be some sort of a state lawsuit against at the very least for wrongful death.
Does the coroner rule homicide?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, they died.
Yeah, the homicide,
like it's a gunshot wound. So like, okay, that's how they died. But how do they? I'm genuinely asking, how do they get to call it a homicide or not? Because the circumstances, I feel, would have to be the thing that determines that.
Well, and I don't disagree. I just know that I think that it's so. My
I'm
guess
genuinely
is
asking because I just don't know if they can do that.
I think it's based on it's probably based on the circumstances, because of course part of the report that the coroner gets to look at is from the medical examiner that actually takes in the evidence. So the coroner gets all of the evidence presented to them, and then because a coroner doesn't have to have any medical experience. Coroner, I worked for a guy that owned that managed the radio station that I worked for in Winder, Georgia. He was the county coroner, and I knew it was
an elected position, but I didn't know you did.
Yeah. There are coroners that will boast that they are the only people that can arrest the sheriff.
Leon Lott said that's not true. He said that
he did say that. He said that a lot of people can arrest the sheriff, which I thought was great. Admit it.
Yeah.
Let us know.
He'd go. He'd go. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid if he came to arrest old Leon Lott.
Yeah. He'd be shooting that from behind the kid's chair. So he's little. Look, if there's anybody that can make fun of their stature,
hops off the
Leon Lott's going to do it. Hey, Ross Perot was little too. Big voice, very little.
How does that help?
Did you say he jumps off the counter?
Listen here, you son of a bitch. Oh God.
Yeah, but yeah, essentially these ICE agents are coming into the communities that are already, being protected, but under this false pretense that ICE is there to find illegal aliens, find immigrants that have committed heinous crimes, and find people that have outstayed their welcome. Like those are the three things. And I think I saw the statistic that said that something like 70% of the people that ICE has picked up have no criminal record, are in the process of completing their citizenship or their documentation to be able to stay in the United States. A lot of them have been here for 10 years or more and have been contributing to the tax income that for their locale. Like,
yeah, and I think it's actually 30% don't have any kind of record, or 30% have some kind of record. 5% have a violent record. 70% nothing.
those don't seem like enough to warrant having a militarized police force roaming streets to try and find people.
The right's whole thing is, well, there's gangbangers and drug dealers and they're killing, they're raping, they're burning our churches. Whatever. Okay, go get those people, because who you're arresting is anyone who's brown behind the wheel of a car or walking down the street. You're not going and getting the criminals that you're so aware of. You're arresting everybody. And when you cast the net and you're pulling in 70% nothing burgers, 30% nah, 5% those people you keep ranting about.
They detained a 5-year-old for more than 3 weeks. A 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, if this 5-year-old is the ringleader of some import of like 2% milk or something.
Those Pokemon cards.
Coming in from Colombia, or, like the insanity. Like, I don't even know.
We're just looking for the next Elian Gonzalez. Yeah.
Sure. Like, oh gosh. I saw what was basically a heat map that was created to indicate all of the places that ICE was either ICE had made most of their deportations from or detainments. And because don't be fooled, they're not deporting every single person they capture, because for the most part, a lot of people at least 70% of the people they captured are either U.S. citizens here legally and have documentation, or they don't meet the criteria of an individual that should be deported. Mm-hmm. But so this heat map basically gave an indication of all of the deportations and detainments here in the United States. And then somebody had to match up against it a map of the election results. And most of the activity is taking place in the states where Donald Trump lost. Like, you have a little bit in Texas, you have a little bit in Florida, but for the most part, you have them in Minnesota and and then New York.
Democrat-run cities.
Democrat-run cities, Democrat-run states. Maine. How does Maine make your list? Like,
I don't know.
I cannot think
Go do ICE in New York and see how well that goes for you.
It won't. Like, New York has one of the, you hear stereotypical things about police officers and whatnot in New York or whatever. And some may be true, some may not. Maybe New York isn't a great city with police officers, but, I don't see the people rioting against them in New York. I don't see, protests being led against New York police officers.
I don't know.
They're hanging out at the bodega, right?
Sure.
But so this heat map basically indicated that Donald Trump is targeting the states and cities that are liberal or that are Democrat run. Yeah. And as long as he's breathing air, I think that this is still going to continue to be an issue. And I don't think that there's any resolution to it without Donald Trump no longer being president.
Nope.
My hope.
You're exactly right.
So, we do have an interesting interview coming up next week, which I haven't sent you any details.
It's Donald Trump.
Wouldn't that be something?
I would just yell until you hung up the phone.
That would be an interesting interview. Let me see. I want to find the email, the information real quick. So we are going to be interviewing a woman, and her name is Zolal. She is Iranian. She is let me just see. So
from Ghostbusters.
No, right, not Zool. Zalal Habibi. Just in the last few weeks, she's been on Euronews, UN News, ABC News. They have reported widespread protests across Iran, and she's going to come on to discuss why women are leading the resistance in Iran, which I think is going to be an incredibly interesting interview.
That's so interesting. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is she in America or is she in Iran?
I don't know. We had to schedule this thing for our time, so I'm hoping that we're not going to be keeping her up too late.
Whoa.
so that'll be a really cool one.
In trouble. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially in trouble. I imagine she must be in the United States because I think there's still a ban on the internet in Iran. So that might.
Wow. That's going to be interesting.
So,
I'm here for it.
Also, got a quick interview with Alex Avenger for the spring Everplay season that's coming up. So he's going to come on and discuss that, and we'll be releasing the episode of you bleaching and coloring my beard, which
hilarious.
Zach enjoyed thoroughly. That is absolutely. I don't think I've ever seen you enjoy something so much. And I say I know you've enjoyed lots of things that I haven't been there for.
Dude, I totally have like innocent schadenfreude as long as the thing that is happening to people isn't like detrimental.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm like, this sucks for you.
I recovered nicely,
Before we go, because I have to go relieve Gabrielle, but predictions for tonight's Super Bowl.
Yeah. So this release in the morning. You're calling for the Pats?
No, I'm just saying it's Pats and Seahawks. I'm calling for the Seahawks. I'm pulling for Nicky Minwari. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and say 38-20.
Interesting.
Seahawks.
Okay. I also am pulling for the Seahawks, and I also think the Seahawks will probably. This is the Seahawks game to win. I like Drake May. Don't get me wrong. I think that. Oh well,
He's from North Carolina.
I think in our fantasy league next year that Drake may wind up making potentially into my draft. Yeah. He may show up on my bench. I'm going to say Seahawks 27, Pats 18. 27-18.
38-21. What'd you say? 28?
27-18.
27-18.
27-18. So.
All
right. Well, that'll do it. By this time tomorrow, you'll know whether Zach was incredibly right and how wrong I was.
We'll see.
I'm not even going to put it out there in the universe that I got it close. It's probably not going to happen. That is going to do it for episode number 293. Thank you, Zach, for being here. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, and social media are available on our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger and support the show? Members get early access to this episode. Not really. As well as exclusive content.
Not this one.
Visit members.theallaboutnothing.com, or you can find a link on our webpage. You can also give a one-time donation through the same link. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533, or email the show at theallaboutnothing.com. You can also join our Discord server. Links found on our webpage. Also, want to tell you a new episode of Politically Speaking with Erica, Emily, and Kirsten it also comes out today, so go check them out. Thanks for listening, everybody. You all stay safe, be kind, and
keep your hands to yourself.
The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Big Media and produced and engineered by me, Barrett Gruber. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the producer. You can follow me across social media by visiting Linktree/Barrett Gruber, and you can follow Zach King on Linktree/AAN Zach. Want to support the show? Visit our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. To find links to our social media, podcast platforms, and merchandise to support the show, as well as past episodes, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can email theshow@theallaboutnothing.com, or you can call our number and leave a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our sister shows. What the Pod Was That with Carrie, Zach, and myself. Welcome to Wonderland with Ami. Politically Speaking with Erica, Kirsten, and Emily. And Black, White, and Blue in the South with Dr. Jameel Brooks and Bill Kimmler. Please subscribe and share this show. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and punch that notification bell. Thank you for listening, and hear us next week. The preceding podcast is solely owned by the host or hosts and is distributed by Big Media LLC. Copyright 2026.